bringing you the best, GPTV, on Channel 8, WGTV Athens, Atlanta.
Tonight, join Sally Kirkland and Peter Scolari in the saga of a single man, his saxophone, and the IRS.
Being homeless is only the beginning for you, Howie. Because I'm going to take everything.
One of life's truly taxing, trying times.
Funding for this program is made possible by viewers like you. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the National Endowment for the Arts. The IRS. They mean business.
Are you ready, senor? Oh, it's not so bad to be shot. It's quick, at least. I'm very macho.
If you ever want to know how many ways your life can unravel, just ask me. I'm an expert. You see, by day, I fit orthopedic shoes to get by. But by night, whenever I can, I play sax. In local clubs, bar mitzvahs, dives, you name it. Once I actually played. And for the last few years, I didn't declare anything on my tax returns. I was a tax felon. Well, I'm a Catholic guy. Would Mother Teresa cheat on her taxes? I guess part of me was still trapped back at St. Philomena's Elementary School in South Philly.
Oh, it's you, Howie.
I prefer Howard, Father.
It was in the days just before Vatican II, and we were taught to confess everything.
You know Mother St. Helen Paphnutius's lecture on torture and love? Well, during it this morning, I reached under Florence Tramble's uniform and got past her slit and touched her, well, behind her knees. And she giggled.
Father,
and was beaten.
your mother and brother just called about your sister.
I feel really bad about this.
Oh, brother, mother.
I committed a terrible sin. But, Father, I enjoyed it. May I have my penance and absolution now, Father? Father?
I'll give you absolution, you filth, you loathsome lump of protoplasm. Just to remember, Howard Lamont, whenever you are guilty of anything, I am there.
Confessing your sins is no guarantee of happiness. It was getting so I was feeling really tortured about owing the government money, so I asked my sister Tracy, she's a brain surgeon, what to do. I could always count on her thoughtful, caring advice.
That's my next cranium? Oh, my God. Take my advice. Always use seatbelts. So, I get to thinking, who do I know who would help Howie? Who?
The eminent tax attorney, Agrippina Gravinescu Smith, she said.
So Howie, you dweeb, I said. Trust me. Call her.
It is time to say goodnight to Napoli. Though it's hard for us to whisper, Bonacera. With that old moon above the Mediterranean Sea. In the morning sun. Where the mountains of the sun coming
You want to squelch the screaming and flash your tax papers?
Huh? Oh, yes. I mean, please come in.
Tracy, I'm quits with you. So, this is where you live.
I was picturing an older woman with acne. The name, you know. She was so beautiful and seemed so sweet. I was glad I'd made my calamari a la Lamata.
These are sloppy but pretty clear. The first thing to realize is with penalties and interest, you're going to owe a lot of back taxes, even though you only earn 10 cents more than a bag person. I don't mean to condescend.
Well, I plan to throw myself on her. I mean, on their mercy.
Now, I need to know a few things. I'm not prying.
Oh, no?
And I'm not interested either. Married?
No.
Dependents?
Self, but yearning for other.
Ensign?
What? 28 and a half.
Assets?
Nothing, but my sax, that is. My sax is my life.
Tracy said this was a tax matter, not pathos on parade. This is so boring.
I hope it's minor.
No, it's not minor. It's just boring. Look at it my way. I've breathed and drunk and bathed in tax laws since my first job as a runner for my uncle at the exchange. I was 12, pubescent. Numbers were erotically charged for me. Ah.
My God. 117, 50, 12. I was kidding.
What I'm trying to say is, if you'll pardon me, this is capon excreta. And all for an orthopedic shoe salesman who is too honest.
I'm sorry. To bore you, I mean...
It's just that I get off on the Baroque, the Bizarre, the Byzantine. I want to fight dragons. This is like stepping on a dormouse with one of my heels. God. But trust me, Howie, you're in good hands. I owe your sister one for what she did for my second husband, Carlotta.
Carlotta?
After the divorce, he had a sex change for some reason. It was all man before the accident. After it, too. Thanks to your big sister. He was a little uncoordinated after she operated. Couldn't walk and talk at the same time. But he could do everything else in spades. Besides, who needs a husband who can walk and talk at the same time on a honeymoon? Am I being too obnoxious?
God bless your mother and father. You're so tall.
So, now, we need a strategy. These claims have to be airtight. These are the deductions. 17 for the College of Continuing Education.
Well, it was over 8 years.
Classes.
Windsurfing for the heck of it. Your astigmatism and you. Overcoming your overbite.
Why would you want to claim these as deductions?
Well, lifestyle improvements.
The IRS isn't interested in lifestyle improvements. They just want your money. What can you pay now?
Nothing. I've been told there was some way I could pay in installments. That's funny.
You really can't pay anything now? This gets just a little bit more interesting. I will call the IRS tomorrow and get an appointment that fits in with my schedule.
You're leaving?
What is left for us, Howie?
I prefer Howard.
I'm not surprised. You may call me Ms. Grebenevsky-Smith.
But don't we need to talk more?
Oh, please.
Can I take you to lunch? Maybe we could just meet for drinks sometime.
Howie, listen, I'm being shameless, but there's a purpose in my presumption. You see, I can read you. You're like the drooling runt of the litter at Christmas time, yelping and whining for the goddess-like little girl to take you home into her bed. I pity you. I don't want a puppy, Howie. I'm sorry. I want a pit bull to maul this somniferous life of mine. I'm sorry I'll probably come back as a plum for treating you like this. And by the way, throw the squid out. It smells disgusting.
Oh, I would have gladly walked barefoot through the unrenovated Grand Central Station for her. Of course, I would have had a better shot at real love in a bear pit. The name alone should have warned me.
Hello, Howie. This is Ms. Grebenevsky-Smith. Robin, hit the toes. Oh, Robin, your fingers have gotten so strong since you've been stealing from the rich.
Howie, I made an appointment at 10 a.m. sharp tomorrow. Please wear your corset and your lift. There are barracudas down there at the IRS, and they love to devour shrimp.
Oh, dear, I didn't say that. Oh, bad little Agapina.
Ta-ta, Howie. See you tomorrow.
Well, it's not like I'm a crook. I've come forward of my own accord. I could have kept on doing it. They'll be understanding, right?
There is no they. There's his agent. Agents vary. Some are tough and mean, others are nice and understanding. You're doing it again, Howie.
What?
You're giving me that I'm the run of the litter look. This is no place to try and get yourself adopted. I'm being horrible. You must think me a miserable excuse for an attorney. It's just that last week, I was involved with a deal at the IRS involving billions. Do you hear me, Howie? Billions. The guilty parties were erratic but brilliant arbitrators who had swindled, bilked, duped, and milked foreign governments, subject populations, and several orphanages for the mentally disabled. They were the Brishnikovs and the Balanchines of international borderline fraud. And oh, how I negotiated for them. The eclogues of double-speak that I improvised, the sonnet sequences of dubious moralizing that I found in my moments of difficulty. Howie, I got them off. I got them off, Howie, I got them off. Get me a Kleenex, please. It's very hot in here.
So you think you can work out some kind of repayment schedule for me?
I'm Adrian Campanella. Which one I use is Howard LaMotta.
Isn't it obvious? Sorry.
Miss, who are you and what are you doing here?
I am Ms. Gravinescu Smith of Bauer, Brewer, Blower, and Broom. I am the attorney for Mr. LaMotta in this matter.
You hit the skids or did he find some Polaroids? Let's call a shrimp and admit this all looks scampy. He's defrauded the American government for the last 7 years. I bet it goes back even further. You owe, by my calculations, including interest and penalty, $38,402.07. How much have you brought today?
What?
I won't accept a personal check. It has to be a cashier's check or cash.
I haven't brought anything today.
Then why are you here?
Agent Campanello, you and I both know that my client...
I don't know nothing. I see a jadrole, pardon my French, who hasn't paid his taxes. That's all. Nothing else to talk about. Let me tell you something. My mother, she's 85 years old, and she cleans houses, and she pays her taxes. She declares everything, even the tips that her clients give her at Christmas. My son, he's a busboy. And he declares everything that he makes. And his brother declares all of his take from his newspaper route.
I am so interested and touched by your family. Clearly, you and yours have high aspirations.
Do you have power of attorney?
I have more power and more attorney than you can know.
You know what? I don't care. You people, you all cry poor, and then you can afford to have fancy dames pleading for you. Oh, God, this job is killing me. It's killing me. Do you hear? And you're guilty, so cough it up.
Agent Campanello, my client is an artist.
It says here he's an orthopedic shoe salesman.
His tax problems stem from his art.
In my book, so-called artists are nothing but bums and freeloaders. And this one is freeloading off of the government of the U.S. of A. Trust me, Howie, the government does not exist for you. You exist for the government. Our great American democracy is like a big, beautiful belly. The citizens, like you and me, we gotta feed so they will keep us safe by belching. It's my job to serve you up.
So be it. I'm a...